Hello and welcome to the Art of Decluttering podcast. I'm your host, Amy Revell. We are in our January decluttering series. January is always the time that people get excited about the DIY decluttering. We still have lots of client bookings and we're out fully booked for January and February with all of our team out seeing clients. However, we get the most inquiries for, hey, how should I do this? And our Facebook group goes absolutely off in January with everybody trying to take advantage of their annual leave days or the public holidays to do some decluttering, start the year fresh. And so this series has been great. I've really enjoyed it. And I'm going to talk to you today around devices. But first of all, I'm going to share a couple of reviews that have been left on Apple Podcasts. One by LG77 that says, love listening to Amy. It's like having a coffee with a friend while they share great life advice. And that was a 5-star review. LG, I just got to tell you, it would have to be a cup of tea. Preference would probably be peppermint, chamomile, or licorice tea. Otherwise, we're having a Diet Coke together. But that is fine. I'd love to do that. And the next one is a review of the Grief and Gratitude episode. It's a 5-star review by Liza Grumpy. She says, I'm grieving the separation of my favorite podcast co-hosts going their separate ways. So that's when Kirsty and I used to do the show together. She says, I feel a bit trapped between them, but I'm grateful now that I actually get more listening hours with one-on-one time spent with each of them. Amy, I'm excited to go on this adventure with you and can't wait to listen for all you have planned for us. Thank you, Liza. It is lovely to be in this new season of the podcast and sharing all of that with you. So today we're talking about devices, and it is a really broad topic because it applies to everybody. I'm yet to go into a house where there isn't at least one expired, not used, out of date, in a drawer device, whether it be a phone, an iPad, a laptop, any kind of like screen. You know how you buy like the big screen for your laptop? There's plenty of those sitting around in houses, e-readers. I've even come across like old TomTom GPS, sat-nav type things, Nintendo DSs and Switches. There is so much dead electronics in our homes. And I really want to encourage you to clear it out. I think there are a few hurdles that we all get stuck on, and they're the same ones. And that is, how do I get my data off? And that's when you're talking about like an iPad or an iPhone or or any phone or a laptop or something like that. Where you're like, there's my stuff on it. And so you need to do the download and then the clear. And it's really important that you do the clear. If you're someone who's worried about your data being taken or anything like that. I'm not a huge worrier. I do tend to just do a factory reset after I've downloaded everything. And then I just send my phones off to mobile muster and things like that. So there's a couple of ways that we're going to do this. So there's the gather. So gather all of the devices in your home that you're not using on a daily basis. So I would exclude your phone, your laptop. The kids might have like a PlayStation or something like that plugged in. So, I'm not being crazy. Let's not clear our desks off and put everything in the same pile. We're just talking about old ones. And this is another.
Yes.
Because sitting on my desk, we bought Cal a new mobile just before Christmas. And so his old mobile phone is actually sitting on my desk so that I can do the download and the clear, and then we can donate that. So that's my homework for today, is to get rid of his old Android Samsung phone. But it is a gather first thing. So you want to gather all the cords that you're not currently using, okay? So the one next to your bed, totally fine to leave plugged in. The 6 at the bottom of the basket that's sitting near the fruit bowl, okay, they need to come into the pile. And so I usually suggest use your kitchen table if it's clear. Put all the devices and all the cords and all the chargers and all the bits and pieces together. And then if you can, match them up. So the idea of the matchy is that when you get rid of the devices, you also get rid of all the associated cords, because the reality is once the device is gone, the cords are completely useless to you. And so the gather is really, really good because you probably don't actually realize how much you have, and you may not even realize like how much is stashed in bedside drawers and desk drawers and in random places. So gather it all together. Separate it out where you can, but just have a plan. So the plan will be find an e-waste recycling so that you know what to do with these items once you're ready to let go of them. So gather, and then the next step after gather is be honest. Be honest. Do you really need 3 backup phones in case one of your phones die? Or traditionally, if one of your phones died, do you just need one? Or do you actually not need any at all because you just go and get yours fixed and you ask for a super fast turnaround because you don't want to have to use the old phone? So be really honest. Who is using these headphones? Yes, they're gaming headphones. Yes, one of the ears has got wires coming out of it, but it still kind of works. But is nobody using them? If nobody's using them, it is time to let them go. So the gather and then the be honest. The be honest part is the really important but hard part. Let's go to a quick break, and then I'm going to come back with the last 2 steps on how to declutter your devices. I'll be back before you know it. All right, we've gathered, we've been honest. What are we realistically using? And then we're going to do the clear out. All you need to do is grab a bag. So you can grab a Coles bag or a recyclable bag and put in every piece of every device and every piece of accessory that is electronic. Put it all in together. So for me, what I'm going to do is clear off this mobile phone. I'm going to see if I don't think we have any old chargers from it because we've thrown some chargers out over the last 12 months. So it may just be the phone in my house that needs to go, but that's unusual. I'm going to guess that most of you have cords and chargers and adapters and lots of different bits and pieces. You may have headphones, the corded headphones, but everybody now uses wireless ones. Like there's going to be plenty in this category in almost every home around the world. So you've done the gather, you've done the be honest, and then you've done the let's really be honest. Amy's giving you the look over her glasses and going, do you really think you're going to use that again? Do you really need that? Do you really need that old ebook reader, or do you not use it anymore? Then you want to do the clear out, which is put it in that bag, but what you also want to do is decide what is going straight to recycling and what has actually life left in it. So if you do have an e-reader, but you just don't use it, it could be great to donate it. So what I would do in that case, if you've got some items in the clear out that are donatable, is to put them in a snap lock bag with all the accessories. So if you've got the e-reader, pop it in with its charger. If you've got a mobile phone that you've cleared the data off, you've reset to factory settings, and the phone's actually fine, pop a charger in with it, and you can either sell it or you can go to Mobile Muster, you can donate it, and they've got plenty of other options. There's places where you can sell them online. You might get $10, $15 if the phone still works. But you can take these steps and really make sure that you are going through and not ending up with the box of doom, which is the dreaded tangled mess of cords that you don't know what belongs to what. And then, of course, step number 4 is actually take it out of the house. So donate it. So take the things to Mobile Muster. So Mobile Muster, it may just be an Australian company, but what they do is they will take the mobile phones and recycle the parts of them. So they'll take out, I think there might be mercury in the phone, they take out the battery, they do it properly. They're the go-to guys. They have collection places like Officeworks I was going to say a distribution center, but it's almost like a collection center. Officeworks are a collection center, and so you can take them there. You do not have to wipe things. They will do all of that. So you can just send them there as is. If you've got old laptops and all that type of thing, or you've got laptops that you don't know how to get the data off, I really recommend that you just let that baby go. What are the chances that you are going to need your resume from 1997 just because it's on an old laptop that you can't find the charger for? If you've managed to live, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 2 years without being able to access what's on that laptop, I think you're probably going to be just fine getting rid of it and just say la vie to whatever is on that laptop. I find that having external storage is really great. So I use Google Drive and I just pay for storage on there. So all the devices can access that. And so when we're ready to get rid of a device, we just dump it all in the Google Drive or update the Google Drive, and then the device can be completely cleaned and we're not worried that we're losing things. So that's what works for us. I would love to see what you're getting rid of. I would love you to challenge your partner, your kids, your housemate, your parents to get rid of these. And then just one quick tip when new devices are coming into your home, rather than having like what you've got now, and that's cords and chargers and adapters, and you're not really sure what belongs to what, when you get something new, you can grab a snap-lock bag, write on the bag what it is. So you might say iPhone 20 million S. I'm sure that's definitely a phone variety. And then in that snap-lock bag, you don't obviously put the phone because you're going to use that, but you put everything else. And so when it comes time, when you're doing this refresh in 12 months' time, you just pick up the bags. It's really, really easy, and you've got everything in it together. So when you declutter the phone, the whole lot of the bag can go. Or if you're selling or donating, you've got all the things together. And when it comes to chargers, if you've got things that have weird chargers, or you've got lots of chargers all in USB ports together, you can just grab a bit of masking tape or a label maker and just write what the charger's for. Even if it could theoretically charge a whole lot of different things, it can be really helpful and clear for everybody in the family if you've just got a little label on it. So if it can charge 2 things, just put 2 labels on the cord. You're not breaking the rules. You're just making it simple for yourself so you know what you've got, where to grab it, and you're not ending up with cords everywhere that you don't know what they belong to. And lastly, when you have that pile of cords that you're like, I don't know what they're for and I'm too scared to throw them out, just take a photo, hold the 2 tips together, so the in and the out, fold it so you've got the 2 tips facing you, take a photo, and then get rid of it. Because then if you do find something that you do need to charge, you can quickly flick through your photos, find what the 2 different types of input-output that you need are, and just buy it online. It'll take you under 5 minutes. It'll probably cost you under $10. And then you don't have that massive basket bag collection of random cords that you're too scared to get rid of. Awesome. I hope that that's been helpful. As always, snap a photo, share it in our Facebook community. I'm going to do that phone because I did a bit of this.
100% yes!
Well, I definitely have to do it now. I hope that's helpful. I will see you in a couple of days' time. And until then, enjoy the freedom. I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people, who are the traditional custodians of the land this podcast is recorded on. I would also like to pay respects to their elders, both past and present, of the Kulin Nation, and extend that respect to other Indigenous Australians. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love you to rate and review the show on your podcast app. That will help others to find the Art of Decluttering podcast as well. If you'd like any more information, you can visit theartofdecluttering.com.au, and I would love to see you in my Facebook group. Just search the Art of Decluttering community on Facebook and join today. I hope that you have an incredible rest of your day and enjoy the freedom.